Welcome, my dear friends. Myself is Professor Dr. Rajendra Deshpande, and today is 14 of April 2020. Before starting anything as a dialogue, let me share my screen, especially regarding the today's topic, that is PPT. So I am just first will open my PPT so that everybody can see what is today's topic. Okay, fine. So I request all of you to please close your mics as well as the videos. Okay. My dear friends, today is the 14th of April, and as you know that just a few minutes back, that is from 10 to 10:30, everybody, most probably everybody has heard our Prime Minister's appeal to our national people. And as a India, we should be little bit comfortable or little bit having a good feeling that we are trying our level best to fight this pandemic, coronavirus infection, coronavirus attack. And that's why I have selected this topic for today, as well as I will discuss these topics maybe 2-3 times in this week. It may have the total modern aspect as well as it may have some Ayurvedic aspect. First, I would like to give you the best wishes of the Bharat Ratna Baba Saheb Ambedkar Jayanti is today. And my research friend, for example, whatever the Prime Minister is doing, whatever our Chief Minister of Maharashtra State, Uddhavji Thackeray is doing, or all parties, Congress, Bharatiya Janata Paksha, whatever all the parties are doing, whatever all religions are doing, what we are doing as Indian, we are taking the steps which are called as a proactive. Try to understand. Proactive. That means action and before action. So we are always making ourselves very strong to fight with this corona, proactive, because we are not waiting for the community spread. We are trying to take some steps which will be very useful to avoid. Here also comes prevention is better than cure. It is a proverb in medical science, but Ayurveda has also said, swasthasya swastha rakshanam aturasya vyadhi parimokshaha. To maintain the health of healthy condition, healthy people, and to cure the diseased person, these are the two steps. So, my dear friends, this particular PPT is not at all my origin, or I am not author of this PPT. I do not have a right to say that I have written this PPT. I have only compiled all this information, which is already there in the Corona Pocket Book, which is published by the Central Government of India. So first, I should mention thanks and gratitude to them of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and whole of this PPT content, the intellectual property right is with the Ministry of Health. I am just a convener to this all information or discussing all the information with you people who are my friends and who are my well-wishers. Okay. So PPT is based on the COVID-19 book of 5. COVID-19 book of 5. This, what you can say, the pocket book is available. Then somebody may have who is attending this whole the sessions, first, second, and third. I am taking this continuation because there are total 90 PPTs. So 30 may be at 12 noon right now till the 12:35. Then we will continue at 2 to 2:40, and also I will continue 4 to 4:40. So purpose of PPT to train, to BMS my students in a simplified manner. Whatever the lucid language that I can use, I will use it, and I will try to explain what is there in what government wants to tell you. To revise the topic through this PPT. I know this topic is already on your ears. You can read, you are reading all the times. I know in the newspapers, in the magazines, on the television, on the Google. Here I have written. Why the repetition? This may be your question of today. Sir, why don't you continue our research topics? Why don't you continue our medicine classes? I am going to continue, my dear friends. Don't worry. Every day I am here at 12 noon, at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. All you people are welcome in all the sessions. You please come to my classes because I feel interesting when you people are there. Okay? So why the repetition? Everything, this is your thinking in your mind. Sir, we know everything. We have already given the online examination regarding the this corona. Everything is on the Google available. On the YouTube, there are a lot of videos are there about IPAID, about modern science. Government sites are available. WHO site is there. I forget to write down. This also I will write. Most authentic resource is of course the WHO source. Okay. I know this is there. Arogya Setu app, I'm sure or not, please my kind request, everybody on their Android, on their smartphone, download from Google Play Store this Arogya Setu app and go through that app, go to that information many times, every day at least once. Very easy to read, very easy to understand. But still I am presenting this topic to make everybody of us, you as a student, we as a teachers, some people as a stakeholders, medical staff, paramedical staff, some smart people from the society, NGOs, okay, non-governmental organization who are doing the social work. So everybody of us should react proactively. We should prepare ourselves physically. Can you see? Physically, mentally, intellectually, we should ready for what? To become, I forgot to write down, to become warrior. We are making ourselves warrior, soldier, to fight against this corona battle. Remember, corona battle and Kurukshetra. Whole world is a battlefield or the Kurukshetra in Sanskrit. What is wrong? Sorry, that's why my question is, what is wrong to revise everything 100 times? That's why I'm discussing all these topics throughout the day. So let us start. Take everything positively. Don't get bored. Okay. What are the contents of this PPT? First, government has introduced these terms ANM, ASHA, and AWW. I will explain it afterwards. Then next topic, they are saying what I personally, as a warrior, should know about the COVID-19. COVID-19, which are the self practices and which should be promoted in the society, our neighbor people, layman people. Then there are terms. This is a specific term. This is a specific term that is called as a who can be called as a suspect. Who is a suspect person for COVID-19? Remember, this is COVID-19. Who should call as a suspect person? Who should call as a contact case? Remember this word. Suspect is different, contact is different regarding the COVID-19. Okay. How to conduct community surveillance? Surveillance, what is meant by surveillance? Surveillance is like survey. Surveillance means survey, to visit to the community and to take the information. And this is a survey, observation, to make a close watch on our friends, society people. They are all our Ami Sare Bharatiya Bandho Ahot. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. So we must go to them and make observation about these brothers and sisters. How to communicate during community surveillance? So our communication. Can you understand this word? Communication. Now, for example, at the moment I am communicating. Professor Deshpande is communicating, and anybody will ask you how Deshpande is communicating. You may answer, Dr. Deshpande has a knack to convey his knowledge in a most simplified way. This is my communication style. Most simplified, most friendly, user friendly. Computer word is user friendly. Then, how to create a supportive environment. The people must feel themselves that I have some support. So this feeling should be generated in the society people. Okay. Now next slide, slide number 5. Okay. How to interact. Again, try to understand. This is another way in our life. You all people, we all people. You are sometimes you are students, sometimes you are teachers, sometimes you are leaders of the society. So interaction with the people is very, very important. So how to interact? Then next topic will be safe practices at home. How we can keep our safe, this house, this home should be safe. Then how to support, this is the new word, home quarantine. We must discuss about home quarantine. Vilagikaran Kaksha. In Marathi, Vilagikaran Kaksha is written in the hospital, where these people who are infected or suspected, they are kept isolated, separate. Separate isolation means quarantine. Separation, isolation is a quarantine. But try to understand separation, isolation. Isolation is definitely different than discrimination. We are not discriminating people. We are not making, oh, go away, go away. No, no, there's a discrimination. We are not discouraging the people. So discrimination and discourage should not be there. Discrimination and discourage should not be there. Or after all, these are our friends who are little bit having some problem with this infection. So nothing to be worried about. They should be only separated, isolated. Isolated in the sense for the temporary period, not for all his lifetime. Then how to support home quarantine for the family members. Now here we will discuss about the care about family members. Some person is isolated, how others members should take care. Then we will talk about stigma, because some people are always saying that this particular community, this particular people are having some problem and that's why we are suffering. This is wrong. So there, if you are having some patient, it's not a bad thing. It's an accidental thing. It's by chance thing. Anybody can suffer. You, me can suffer. So there should not be bad connotation, stigma. You should not feel bad about this occurring. Okay, so there should not be any stigma. Then how to use a mask? There will be discussion regarding the mask, covering of the whole face, especially the nose and mouth. Then what are the precautions during the community visits? So here we will talk about precautions and also we will talk about the community visits. For example, you as a students, we are a teachers, doctors, consultants, paramedical staff. If we want to visit, survey, getting the information, so we should have some precautions for ourselves also. Then here again the repeat theme during the visit and also otherwise self precaution, precautions and safety for ourselves. This is also one of the part. That means if we people are very healthy and stout without any infection, then only we can treat. So we also should take care of ourselves in a very systematic manner, not by hiding ourselves. Not by closing the doors. Don't come to me. I will not come. That is not correct. You are a warrior. We are the warriors. So warrior is never afraid of going to the battlefield. Warriors never afraid of going on the battlefield. That's our spirit. Then we will discuss something about facts and myth. Myth is a wrong thing, wrong conception in our mind. MYTH, wrong conception. We will see what is real and what is wrong. Then we must discuss about some children problems, because adults are okay, but for the children there should be some separate thinking process, arrangement process, management process. And lastly, we will write down the information, contact address, where we should go, where we should call, where we should mail, etc., etc. Now, these are the terms. For example, what is ANM? Simply these are the nurses, midwifery, auxiliary nurses. Then ASHA is the social health activist. So I can simply say them social worker regarding the medicine, regarding the medical health problems. So one group is of nurse, another group is of social worker, ANM, ASHA, AWW. We may not remember these terms. ANM, ASHA, ASHA, and AWW. But simply three words. One is nurse, simple language. Second, social worker, and we people, warriors. So we three should have the group, and we should divide our work and start doing all the things. What we should do? We are one of this group, warriors. So what the nurses, what social workers, they should provide the correct information. I must add this word. This is the material taken from the government, but I will add provide the correct information. That is most important. And then we should tell the people how you can prevent yourself. Controlling measures are there, and we should remove the myth, that is wrong concept in their mind, and we should propagate the exact and correct knowledge. You try to understand these many people don't have the internet. Many people don't have the mobile. Many people don't have the access to the WHO, central government, Ayush department. We are the postmans. We are the warriors and doing the role of postman to convey the information in their language. May it be Marathi, Hindi, English, Malayalam, Kannadi, Telugu, or body language. Hi, काळजी करू नका. Simple, this thing. Don't worry. Cover the mask. Show them some demonstration. So this is expected from we people, nurses, social workers, and warriors. Then we should support the higher managing systems. Like maybe the district surveillance officer will be there, head of the district will be there. So there are hierarchy. It is called as a step ladder fashion. Hierarchy, that is a ladder fashion. I may contact to nearby my, for example, I am working in the Ayurved College Degree Pradhikaran Pune 44. So I will contact the superintendent of ARSMH. Okay. So I can contact to my head. Then she may contact to the corporation. Or then another people are there on the top, on the top, on the top. Similarly, this particular ladder, this particular step should be followed to convey the information as well as to get the guidance. On both sides, we have to provide them information on whatever they will instruct. We will reach to the again people and give these instructions. So this is a two-way traffic to the higher post and from the higher post to the downward. Upward and downward is a process of exchanging the knowledge. So contact tracings as per the standard operating procedure. Standard operating procedure. So there is mentioned to whom you should contact, how you should contact, etc., etc. Then we are responsible. We should convey the information that how the home quarantine can be maintained. Okay. And then we should take care of psychological things. This is, can you see? Psychological care, stigma, discrimination. The people have a lot of tensions. They are worried, they are tensed. So we must take care of not only physical level, but we should take care at mental level, economical level, social level. Try to understand. All these words are important. Not only physical care, mental care, psychological care, economical care, emotional care, every care is expected. So slide number 10. What is our duty? That means again, the nurses, social worker, and warriors, we should report and give the feedback to our higher authorities. Then we should maintain the safety and preventive aspects, and we should have the supportive supervision. Supportive supervision. We should always keep a watch. What should I know about COVID-19? What basic things I must know? First thing I should know that this is a coronavirus. Coronavirus, and that disease was detected in 2019. That's why the name COVID-19. This coronavirus has a name. This is a year indication. In this year, that particular virus has been detected, has been found, and has been intimated to all the world. Okay. So then we should know this is a group from the SARS. This is a technical thing that you should not, you need not to convey to the people. Only you say this is a viral infection, number one, and this is virus is detected in the year 2019. That's why the name 19. The people are very curious, especially middle class people, a little bit intellectual people. They say, why 19? Why not 20? Why not 21? Because they say this is a 20, so you should name 20. No, where it is first detected, that is most important. Okay. Then most important symptoms, everybody knows. Number one, fever. In Ayurveda, it is called as jvara. Cough, that is kas, and difficulty in breathing, that is shwas. So Ayurvedic language is there, jvara, kas, and shwas. Some people will say, sir, shwasa kruchrata. I think shwas itself showing you that there is a difficulty in breathing, dyspnea. Okay. So this is the first that you should concentrate. Then, for example, if you have these symptoms, and in addition to that, you are a contact, you have some, actually you see that these symptoms are like the normal common flu. Normal common flu, influenza, for example. But this is not normal. It can convert, it can be, rather, it can be, this is corona infection. Secondly, how that can be more confirmed? Because if you have the flu-like symptoms and you are laboratorically positive patient, that means your investigation has been done and it is said that yes, you are corona sufferer, you are corona patient. So these are something that every person should know, that there is a laboratorical test to confirm our suspect. Whenever you have the doubts, we have something with our hand, we can check it in the laboratory. Okay, then if at all you are confirmed or you are suspecting, you must intimate to the your higher authority. It is not necessary I should directly call to the Delhi. I can go to, as I have said, to the superintendent of my college, ARSMH, or anybody can contact to the nearmost their family physician. His family physician will contact to the corporation, municipal corporation authority, and municipal corporation authority may contact to the nearby hospital, which is designated as a corona isolation hospital. So this is called as a step ladder, because my lectures may be heard by the different parts of the world, different parts of the India. So they should follow their local authority process. Not, and if at all you don't get any response, of course, then government has given you the number. You can contact this particular number. Then you should have some list of the nearby nurses, nearby warriors, or the nearby social workers. Next, what are the safe practices that we should promote? Propagation. Everybody, we should talk about frequent hand washing. This is most important. You can use the soap and the water for 40 seconds. Sometimes it is said it is 20 seconds, sometimes 40 seconds, but more is the better. So 40 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Wash much of the time. You can also use 70% alcohol based sanitizer if at all it is available. Because now availability is the main point. Everybody will catch you by this question. Doctor, I am not getting, give me some sanitizer. Forget about it. Whatever the available resources, this is my statement. Whatever nicely available resources which are confirmed by your higher authority, which have been trained for you, you can ask the people to use that particular thing. Okay. Then social distancing. It is need not any material is not needed. Only we have to keep the distance in between the two people. Minimum distance, minimum is 1 meter or 3.3 feet. Because arbitrarily you make a demonstration with the people. So go ahead, go long, go long. Yes, okay, that is enough. So this is one thing. Then you must avoid, everybody, not me, you, everybody should avoid to make a public contacts. Going into the crowd, not in the shops, not in the malls, not in the offices. Everywhere there should be very scanty people sitting at a distance. Okay. So organizing and attending events, prayers, even religious prayers, yeah, your social parties, extremely everything must be avoided. Remember this thing. Now it is very crucial time because we want to prevent the third stage or the community spread. Which are the safe practices which should be promoted? You should not touch to your eyes, nose, and the mouth. Now I have cleaned my hands, so I am very much cautious about touching, but I am showing you where you should not try, because these are all mucous membranes. So mucous membranes, these are very delicate, and this particular virus can enter in your body through these sources. So eyes, nose, and mouth, you should not touch. Your hand should not touch to this particular area, because this can transfer the virus to your system, body systems. Okay. Next, which are the safe practices? Again, good respiratory hygiene, whole from the nose up to the lungs. You explain the people a little bit structural. You have the nose, then you have the, show them throat, this trachea, that means the respiratory tract, and the small tubules are there, lungs is there. So all these things should be very much protected. We are going to discuss some Ayurvedic measures, but simple thing, you can tell them, try to go to the open air. In the terrace, for example, the empty space around your house, especially early in the morning at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, when there is a chances of fresh air, in the evening time when there is cool outside, and then sitting lonely alone, try to make some pranayama, respiratory, simple things. Don't hold your breath. Tell the people, don't hold your breath. That means kumbhak and antak kumbhak, bahik kumbhak, no, not necessary. But this pranayam should be done on empty stomach. You give some demonstration to them, like for example, inhale by the nose and exhale through little bit mouth open. This should be done without food in yours, not after lunch, not after dinner, not after snacks. And your clothes should be very, very light, very early in the morning or little bit after cooling down. Don't do it at 12 noon when it is very hot. Don't do in the AC rooms. Don't do it. Okay. So this simple pranayam breathing exercises, if possible, get it trained by some expert. If you don't know anything, don't do it. Because something, if you do it wrongly, that can damage your systems, or rather it can irritate your system and you will be afraid afterwards. So better get trained by the nurses, by the warriors, Ayush, PMS doctors, allopathy doctors, get it trained. Okay. Cover your mouth and nose with the handkerchief or the tissue paper when you are coughing or sneezing. And then also you know how to cover. It's not like that. When you are coughing, show them how to, don't like this, because you are touching. Huh? How to protect when you are coughing or sneezing. Okay. When you are using your handkerchief, immediately throw in the closed dustbin. Here, closed dustbin is very much important. Okay. This is very much important. Don't throw it wherever you want. No, that is very wrong. If somebody is doing, try to make educate to them. Education is the key of success. Education is the key of the success. Light is the key. Sattva guna in Ayurveda. Tama is the illiteracy. Adnyana. So adnyana, nonsense should not be there. Laziness should not be there. Again and again, I am saying, after sneezing, after using your anything which you do with your hand, immediately wash your hand. Make it a habit of washing your hands. Then, what are the safe practices which should be promoted? Stay informed, take care, and follow advice. Whenever you get any symptom, whenever you suspect that somebody has this particular symptom, immediately intimate either to the nurses, either to the warriors, either to your nearmost family physician, nearmost helplines. Numbers are there. You put it in your house, some labeling, write it down on some notebooks. Even the slum areas, some children are going to their schools, so they must have the notebooks and the pens. So ask them to write down by their own. Don't touch their notebook, don't touch their pens. Okay, because you are also with protection doing this type of the surveys. Okay. Then any queries you have on how to protect yourself, so you must be answered to these their queries, how they can protect. Next topic is suspect. We are talking about suspect. We have the doubt. Suspect means doubt. This person may have corona infection. May have. He is not a corona. Okay. So anyone with acute respiratory illness like fever and at least one sign or symptom of respiratory disease like cough and difficulty in breathing. Fever, cough, difficulty in breathing. Fever, cold. Fever, cold, running from the nose. Okay. Cough, maybe dry, especially it is a dry type. Okay. And difficult in breathing. So this is the suspect case. Then another, history of travel to or staying in the country where already whole world is now suffering. It may be Germany, America, France, Italy, Spain. You say the name of the country and there is now coronavirus. So anybody, now it is all the, now this on 15th of April, this is not a problem right now. But still, if he had a history 15 days back, or he had a history that he has contacted to different people, then all these people may be having suspect cases of coronavirus. Okay. Then even some people, might have been traveled nearby a place, city, state. Now it is whole country has been what you can say, the hotspots are there and everything has been blocked. Okay. But still, in the last 15 days, in the beginning of what you can say, the 15th of March or something like that, or 1st of April like that, you get some history, that case can be called as a suspect. Even I will say, now the still cases are coming up. Still cases are coming up. If you find that the person in front of you has the contact with that corona, that is also a suspect case. Okay. Anyone acute respiratory illness, it is a suspect case. Remember, huh? Contact with the confirmed COVID-19 case in last 14 days. That's what I am telling you. Now, many people have already suffered. So these family people may be having your family friends, and you had just visited to that house to just inquire about the person who was admitted in the hospital, who unfortunately might have been died. आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो आम्ही समाचाराला गेलो होतो. Of course, nowadays any educated person will not do like this. You can use your phone calls to make a what you can say that? Make a santwan in Marathi, console to that particular family. But if at all you have visited to your neighbor or family member, colony people, then that can be also a suspect case. Next, who is in a severe acute respiratory infection and requiring hospitalization. Patient is asthmatic, patient is COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. He is a regular smoker. He has already lot of emphysema problems, bronchiectasis problem, and he is now exacerbation. Very serious. High fever is there. He is going to admit the patient. He is also one of the suspect case of corona. Remember. Of course, laboratory confirmed case, a person with laboratory confirmation of COVID-19. Remember, irrespective of clinical signs and symptoms, he may not have fever, he may not have cough, he may not have difficulty in breathing, but laboratorically tested, he is a positive. So definitely he is a suspect, or other he may be afterward can be called as by higher authority as a confirmed case. But laboratory positive is indication that he is a suspect case. Now, suspect is different and contact is different. So staying in the same house without proper protection with COVID-19 patient. So you have the day-to-day contact with that person. This is called as a contact case, contact patient, contact person. Staying in the same close environment as a COVID-19 patient, including your workplace. Remember these things. Now many offices are closed, many colleges are closed, many schools are closed, many companies are closed. But still, if there is a mandatory type of rotatory your job and you are going to your hospital, you are meeting with the people, of course, social distancing. But there by chance, one patient was there who was found out as a corona positive COVID-19 case, then that particular person who is going to the company is also can be called as a contact case. So remember this thing. Okay. Next, traveling together with the corona patient. This is a contact case. With a symptomatic person who has later positive for COVID-19. That means, you remember, say near about first week of April, I traveled with my XYZ friend. At that time, he had little bit fever and this thing, but he was safe. But now, just now, 2-3 days back, I heard that he has positive, corona positive. To whom with I traveled 15 days back. So now myself is a contact case because I had contacted that person who had at that time was not corona positive, but afterwards he has become the positive. So I am a contact case. Remember. So these definitions you must understood by your brain. Try to digest these concepts, and then it is very easy for you to make a surveillance or to make the survey of these cases. Who is a contact case? Person providing direct care. Now, for example, in my house, some person has been quarantined and they say that there is a hospital, you need not to come, you stay at your home and take care of this patient. So the person, for example, my father is becoming corona positive. I am giving imaginary example. Don't take it in a what you can say the serious note. I am taking you the example. My father has been detected as a corona positive, and my higher authorities, corporation, they said, doctor, you yourself is a doctor, so we will not mind that he is not the moment corona positive. You are 85-year-old father, but he has cold cough, so you make him in quarantine. Okay, and I am taking care of his. So this may be a chance of contact type of, because my father may turn into the corona positive afterwards. So separated people, and the person who is taking care of this person is also a contact person. So the infection may have been transferred within a 14 days period before the onset of illness. That's what I am talking about. First, it was not tested, but afterwards it was found that he is a corona positive. So I become the contact person. How to make this surveillance survey? Visiting the contact people. We have to go to the contact people, colony to colony, area to area, okay, chal to chal, flat to flat systems. We have to visit different people because we are the warriors and we collect the information. Very rarely, if at all it is possible and it is authorized people have said it, do it by telephone only, then you have to use the telephone communication. It is need not to go personally to visit that particular park. Okay. After visiting, what you should do? First, introduce yourself. That is the most important thing. Namaste. I am talking in Marathi right now. नमस्कार, मी डॉक्टर देशपांडे. मी असं पुणे जिल्हा शिक्षण मंडळाच्या आयुर्वेद कॉलेजमधून आलेलो आहे आणि असं ते करोनाच्या संदर्भात थोडी घरच्यांची माहिती पाहिजे होती मला, तर कृपा सहकार्य करा. ताई, बरे आहात ना? सगळे घरातले चांगले आहात ना तुम्ही? हाऊ आर यू एव्हरीबडी? Myself is Professor Deshpande, Dr. Deshpande. I have come through this particular institution and I am just collecting the information. It is better for this information to collect and then to analyze this particular data, and we can guide you more properly. Government can help you more good sense. So you convince them and then try to explain them. So explain the purpose of contact, tracing, and collect the data. Always collect the data in prescribed format. So you have this, of course, the format will be given by your higher authority whenever the actual warriors will go into the battlefield. So at the moment you may not have that particular this thing, but the standard printed paper may be there: name, age, gender, occupation, telephone number, home address, whether he has fever, any list of the family members, their ages, relation with the main person. This type of the information is there, whether anybody has a fever, cough, breathing problem, respiratory problem, allergic problem. So this will be there. Okay. Then to travel history will be asked, and social, how many people he is visiting, in which office he is going, at the moment he is going to school, at the moment he is going to his company. All this information we have to collect. Okay. Slide number 27. Remember, only last 1 minute. We will continue at 2 p.m. today. On the 15th of April, Professor Deshpande will continue this particular PPT at 2 p.m. Monitoring. This is also a monitor means looking or keeping the watch on that particular person repeatedly, frequently, every after 2 days, 4 days, once in a week, because this is regarding the contacts of confirmed cases traced. Whenever you find there is a case of contact, we have already defined contact. We have also defined all these terms: contact person and suspected cases. On both of these cases, we have to keep